What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video I want to talk about God and not having a map. If you'd like to donate in the description, it helps very much run this channel. Walk with God course also in the description. And 101 if you'd like to talk with me on private. So when it comes to God and having a map, you don't have a map and a road plan to everything in life, because you know every day is a new work day of God and with your life, and He's guiding you every day to do something new. Or sometimes you do the same things but like in a different way. You never can predict what's gonna happen in your day. You can never predict like what's God gonna do in your life or where He's taking you next or what you need to do, you know? And God leads you away from comfort a lot of times to develop your character. And there's a lot of, especially on this faith journey, there's a lot of spiritual attacks and everything else, distractions and so on, that are trying to get you to distracted, get you distracted from God and your calling. And that's why it's so important to be focused and not, kind of rely on God and stay focused on God and stay focused on your calling. And it's important to not let these distractions and attacks hinder your goals and not to get negative over them. But early on in our faith journeys, we have quite a lot of development to do. So it's very important for us to kind of get through that development and get to the point where, in a sense, you need to kind of get to a point where you're stable in your peace and no chaos or storm can shake you. That's when you really are able to do your calling the best and follow God the best. You have true faith in God in every situation once you reach that point. But that might be hard to reach if you don't prepare for it, right? And that's why God prepares you for it and your calling. And that's why there is delays. And sometimes those delays and everything else are protection from God, and detours are protection from God, so you don't hinder and make mistakes. Because a lot of times we do make mistakes, and God tries to prevent us from making as many mistakes as possible. And sometimes we make them anyway. And you still learn from those mistakes though. And that's the most important part you can get from those and apply better in the future. So when you're walking on your faith path, just remember, you might not have a straight, treasure point in your map. In a sense, you might not even have a map. And even if you have a map, it's an empty map. You don't know where to go, right? God doesn't give you a map with directions. You just have a map and you have to figure out where to go next, basically, is how to put it, to be honest. But God doesn't give you a map with a plan, because God has a plan for you, but He hasn't given you that plan, because every day is a new day and He's trying to lead you somewhere. And it's not just a straight road. And God also tests our faith and our true obedience through the fact that we can't understand everything in the moment, and we have to come to understand everything in the moment. When God wants us to understand it, but He can't tell you everything at once. It would also be too overwhelming. It would remove kind of all the challenges, and you wouldn't grow from it at all. But if there's a will, there's a way. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Hope this helps.